You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days fans. So next week, Alex Kiriakis finds himself in a tough spot when he finds out Johnny DiMera slept with Joy Wesley. Will Alex spill the beans? It is Belinda from Soap Dirt. And let's talk about what he does, who he tells, and whether all heck breaks loose on the Peacock soap opera. And hey, please click subscribe if you are not following us. And by the way, we just got some very interesting, ratings info, and we don't get regular rating stuff on Days anymore since they're not on network TV. They were always in fourth place. It was Y&R, and then it was B&B, and then it was GH, and it was always Days lower down. However, over on Peacock's streaming service, they said that last week, Days of Our Lives was the top rated show on the streaming service, which is great news. It's generally in the top 10, but it was the very top. So, by the way, that was, if you're keeping track, a non-body and soul week. Now, Ron Carlivati seems to think it was, but if it is the week they're talking about, which is last week, no, it wasn't. So this week, Johnny is really feeling horribly guilty about sleeping with Joy Wesley. And I've seen some people on Twitter, aka X, asking, did they really do the deed? It's like people don't want to believe it because Johnny's flashbacks only show him and Joy kissing. Okay, let me clear it up. Yes, 1,000 times yes, Joy and Johnny did the deed. They bumped uglies. They made the two-backed beast. He cheated, and he felt justified at the time. He was drunk, and he thought Chanel had slept with Alex. I thought it was pretty funny when Paulina joked when Stephanie came into the pub calling her Chanel, my daughter, and asked her for a hug. Because again, how do you mistake Chanel and Stephanie for one another? And that's why Paulina called Johnny her idiot son-in-law, because seems like what he did. So Johnny told Joy he wants to come clean to Chanel, but she freaked out and said, no way. I mean, I get it. Joy doesn't want to be punished for Johnny's stupidity. As far as Joy knew, she met a cute guy who had a horrible wife, and she had some drinks with him and comforted him when he felt low and had been cheated on. She did not sign up to be the other woman in Johnny's marriage, nor to be fired from her job right after she got hired. And Joy certainly doesn't want to work with Chanel glaring daggers at her for banging her dumb hubby who made two colossal mistakes back to back, assuming the cheating and then doing cheating himself. I mean, Joy is basically collateral damage in all this because of Johnny. But what comes next with Alex is pretty dumb on Joy's part. Let's just be very clear about that. So the other day when Joy ran into Leo Stark, the shady dude, she realized, oh, that's the guy cheating with my dad, Craig Wesley, the one who really hurt her mom, Nancy's feelings, and she immediately kind of got past that. And then Joy nearly told Leo that she slept with Johnny. That was nothing short of dumb. And next week, Joy does something almost as dumb. She tells somebody that she doesn't really know that she slept with Chanel's husband. And worse yet, it's another coworker. So on Monday, the 18th, Johnny is still struggling to keep his cheating secret. He really wants to tell his wife. And I mean, to be fair, he could come clean to Chanel and just say he met a rando at a bar and didn't even catch her name. He does not have to involve Joy in his mess. But it looks like Joy is going to involve herself in it when she opens up her mouth talking to a coworker on the set about her and Johnny. So right now, we've got Alex very annoyed about a few things, not annoyed, more frustrated about a few things that have gone on at work. First is that Dr. Seth mistakenly told Johnny that Alex was getting busy with Chanel. And then Johnny blew up at Chanel, who's a friend of Alex's, and called her a cheating slut. and he made a scene about her and Alex in front of all of their other coworkers. And last, because of Seth and Johnny, we saw Kate nearly fire Stephanie, and now there's this no fraternization rule, so Alex can't date Stephanie, who he really likes. So he's not a happy camper when next week rolls around. And next Friday, November 22nd, Joy, for some insane reason, blabs the big cheating secret to Alex Kiriakis. And once he hears from Joy that Johnny slept with her when he thought that Chanel slept with him, that's going to leave Alex with this huge inner conflict. I mean, Chanel is a friend of Alex's, and Johnny did Chanel wrong. And Alex is upset that he can't date Stephanie, and it all ties back to what Johnny did. So I feel like there's a good chance that Alex will feel obligated to tell Chanel what he knows. I mean, how can he keep it from her? What if it comes out that Joy and Johnny cheated and Chanel finds out Alex knew and didn't tell her? That would put him in a bad spot. And another spoiler for that same Friday, the 22nd, says that Johnny is in a tough spot with Chanel. So maybe Alex finds out and he runs straight to Chanel, or maybe Johnny works up the nerve to come clean to Chanel at the same time that Joy is confessing her dirty secret to Alex. I don't think in the end it's going to be a deal breaker for their marriage, though, because there is a scene from the Day of Days promo where Johnny and Chanel agree that they want to try again to have a baby. And it looks like a scene probably from spring based on their outfits and the flowers in the background in Horton Square. So no matter how it comes out, because we know it will, no secrets in Salem stay hidden forever, it looks like the cheating doesn't completely ruin Johnny and Chanel's marriage. Hopefully, Johnny will take some heat over it because he should. Generally, though, Chanel is very loving and a very forgiving wife, and she even let the cheating slut remark go, which was a very nasty thing for him to say. You know, that was definitely Johnny channeling the very worst of his toxic dad, EJ DiMera. And kind of ironic that Johnny confessed to EJ what he did. I mean, what kind of advice do you get from a dad like that? You know, Johnny's father has made nothing but mistakes with the women in his life. EJ pretty much sits on a throne of lies, and he's pretty smug about it. So we'll see how it goes and whether Chanel completely roasts Joy for sleeping with Johnny. However, I tend to think that Chanel will also cut Joy a break because she didn't set out to do anything personal to her at all. I mean, literally, Johnny could have gone home with any rando that night. Joy didn't know who he was, and she definitely didn't know who Chanel was. And, you know, she took Johnny at his word that his wife was a cheater who had done him really dirty. So Joy wasn't trying to be a homewrecker in anybody's marriage, you know? We'll see, because she's going to spill the beans to Alex, and he may run and spill them to Chanel.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.